a form of alternative medicine where researchers say it de-emphasizes the use of drugs and medicine and focuses more on massage, exercise, and a healthy diet. That includes fruits, herbs, and lots of vegetables. It is called Naturopathy. Welcome. It's Wellness and Living. I'm Thelma Obaze. Perhaps that's why Paracelsus is quoted as saying that the art of healing starts from nature. He goes on to say that physicians must focus first on nature. As we are wont to do, we'll come and talk with you out there on the streets and find out more about your knowledge of this alternative form of medicine.
I think food is medicine means if you eat well, you don't get sick often. That's my idea of it.
There are some food that are actually medicinal, like when you eat them, you get better.
I think it's just to eat good food so we could stay healthy.
When you eat what your body wants, needed. Maybe like now it's hot afternoon. Maybe I'm taste of pineapple or watermelon, but by the process I couldn't get it, and I take it in the evening to become something to me. Because of I didn't take it the actual time I didn't want to take it, my body want it.
If the drugs are being prescribed by a physician, yes.
No, I sleep a lot.
Just like any time I worked so tired that I couldn't, get up, do one or two things. So I normally go and take drugs for pain relief, so that it will able me to work next tomorrow.
Depends on the ailment. For something like malaria, I think I would take drugs. But for something like, let's say, catarrh, I prefer to take fruits or something that could help.
No, I do not. I usually take drugs only when I'm not feeling too well.
I'll prefer not to get sick than when I get sick, then I go to the hospital. So I prefer to take probably anti-malarials before I get sick than to take it when I'm sick.
It's better you are okay. You prevent yourself from anything that will harm you than when you get here and be trying to look for a cure or way of treating yourself. So I believe prevention is better than cure.
When you fall sick, you won't able to do one or two things. You will miss some things, but when you prevent the sickness before the sickness hold you, I don't think you will lose anything.
We need to ask ourselves questions and do a lot more research. It concerns us. You want longevity. You want prolonged health. You want a quality life. You want more productivity. You want mental ability and capability. But what are you doing about it? Are you eating burgers all the time? Are you eating foods with so much oil? I know we love Nigerian cuisines and delicacies, but if you want to prolong your life and you want to continue to operate at optimal capacity, it may be best for us to eat more of our natural foods. Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine, once said, "Let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine thy food." The age-old wisdom is as true today as it was in the past. Research shows that we live in a toxic world. Many of us are filled with toxins and have become deficient in necessary nutrients because of highly processed foods we consume and lifestyles that we maintain. Chronic pain and fatigue, indigestion and insomnia, diabetes and cancer high blood pressure, stroke, heart disease, and more afflict so many, degrading their life's quality first, and then productivity eventually, and many more things in between. Some say it is modern lifestyle, or at least an affinity to it, that is smothering our traditional ways of life as we once knew it. Traditional ways which they say our ancestors lived, which kept their bodies in a relatively healthy state of balance. They hardly swallowed pills. Naturopathic doctors claim that most diseases like cancer, diabetes, and liver disease are caused by an accumulation of toxins and acid wastes in the body, while they opine that chronic degenerative conditions like immune deficiency, arthritis, and more are caused by toxins in the blood and tissues produced from things we put into our bodies directly. Let's take a look at a typical meal plan for most Nigerians who work from 9 in the morning till 5 or 6 or 7 or even 8. Some work beyond. Many of us run out of the house at 6:30 or 7 in the morning. We drive at top speed and get to work. We eat our first meal at our desk, perhaps at about 9 or 10. Then at noon, we snack with sweet biscuits, or we enjoy some of our local cuisines and delicacies like roasted plantain or roasted yam with a rich sauce loaded with oil. Lunch could also be at the desk. If we're lucky, we take a stroll to the cafeteria of the canteen, downstairs or down the streets, and load on pounded yam, gari, or rice. Plenty of meat and fish with every meal. That's our way here, and we enjoy it. We may or may not drink water. Barrel our way back again to the office. In the evening, an eatery could treat us to a burger and a soft drink, or some juice, processed and packed. That way, at about 7 p.m., could be on our way home if we're not hanging out with friends. And it can continue the same way the next day and the day after that and the day after that. If you are feeling unhealthy or unlike yourself, you probably need to rejig your diet and your lifestyle. What you consume and how you live should grow you. If it does not do that, change it. In spite of modernity and increased awareness about wellness and well-being, the numbers continue to rise. Talking about patients with high blood pressure, diabetes, and then the big C word, cancers of different types, leukemia, cervical cancer, breast cancer. We must ask ourselves the tough questions. Do we need to go back to do things the way we used to do? Eating more natural foods and less of the processed ones? Are we fully utilizing our herbs, our greens, our vegetables, our fruits? Let's talk with someone who knows a lot more because he has delved from the art of visual artistry and is now talking and doing more for patients with ailments. And he emphasizes that naturopathy is working. And some of us may say, is this a miracle? Well, we need to hear him first.
Naturopathy is getting people interested in keeping healthy naturally, going back to nature. If you go back certain years, 100 years, 200 years, you find that men or human beings, we lived longer. And then we also say those who lived longest in the times of Methuselah, we had a Methuselah protocol. What did they do right that this current generation is not doing right? So naturopathy comes in between and explains to you what you should do right. The life expectancy is so very low. The indices are there, it's so very low. And then people are sickly all over the place. Children, sometimes under 10, they are suffering from cancer, some diabetes, 10, something is wrong. What we do is you trace the causal factor, trace it. This is where you went wrong. You consume so much sugar. You eat a lot of processed meals. You are taking a lot of synthetic products. And once you can take care of the causal factor, the body has the capability of, reversing. Assuming somebody is living right, but he has to also consider the environment, carbon dioxide, dirty environment, drinking polluted water. Those days we were taught in our primary school the basics: drink, boil your water and drink. Be sure of the source of your water. Your environment is polluted by GSM signals, so many signals, conflicting signals going right there, and in the space you have the satellite, beaming down. And then these things are passing through our bodies. People don't know. They are affecting us. Be sure it is negatively. And so you have to do certain things to put the body aright. If you are not very healthy, and the next minute you say, oh, this person has developed this, has developed this, they weaken the system, and ailment are the consequences of such. A fully wealthy man is a man that is free of sickness, is healthy, and he's alive, his vitality is high, and he's happy. Regeneration, rejuvenescence, and rebooting. This body can take any beating as in push it to its limit, it's ready to take it. But at a point, if it is not healthy, it drops. And that is where we get these signals. Oh, I feel pain. I'm feeling pain in my knees. Oh, I have backache. Cold is a signal from the body that, hey, please rest. Please rest. There's something wrong. There's something wrong somewhere. It's like the red light in the car. When you are driving a car, you see the red light, you park. You identify the red light. Oh, does that red light mean there's no oil? Or does that red light mean the battery is weak? Or does that, you interpret the red light, then you take care of that causal factor. Now, either man or woman, if you go back, just rewind back a little bit back to the early days, there are ancient secrets that we are bringing back and telling people. The modern life has become so busy, so rapacious, that people are too busy to pay note. If we go back to nature, when animals fall sick, so with an open injury, they need to treat it. They don't have vet doctors. They don't have doctors to run to for medication. So what do? There's a point where nature had introduced fasting for us. It's not every time you eat. That's what a dog will do. When a dog is sick, a dog retreats, stays back. The dog has no vet doctor or has no medical science or whatever to visit. So the dog stays back, hibernates, stays back for a while. And the body system called the physis machine, already built naturally by God, begins to do something. Detoxifies. As it does the detoxification, if the dog or such hibernating animal is chanced, they may stand up, drink water, and go back.
walking away. Oh, not from you, not from the program either. I'm working towards my fitness loving friend so we can exercise together. You know, we need to keep doing this so we can stay ramped up and be ready for the next package of wellness and living. Many of us visit our grandparents, our parents, our aunties, and our uncles, and we know how we sit at their feet and hear tales of days gone by. There's something many of us tell us across board, how they mostly ate what they grew, how they mostly farmed, and it was from farm and harvest to pot and then to plate. That tells us that they were eating more natural foods. Is that the same with us in these days? Joe Musa and others who practice and believe in naturopathy are saying that herbs, fruits, vegetables are the medicine that we need. They say food should be thy medicine. Perhaps you can start to practice more of that and exercise as much as you can. Take brisk walks, get enough rest, sleep. Believe in what you do. You want to live long? You want well-being, you want wellness, start to believe in it and start to practice it today. You are what you eat. And this body you want to work magic for you, you need to build it to be the machine that you need for the Wellness and Living has focused on naturopathy today. Some other time, we'll be talking about something else. My name is Thelma Obaze, and it was fantastic spending time with you on the program. Let's continue the communication on our social media handle, Wellness and Living at Nigerian Television Authority. We are on Facebook. Have a fantastic time. See you again. Bye-bye.